first met Brad.
At ACU Chapel.
It was a Wednesday in October.
I was going to chapel with my friend Caleb.
And my friend Aubrey brought me up the stairs to meet her friend Caleb and a couple of his friends, and Brad was one of them.
I'd met Aubrey once before, and she had brought her friend Jenny to chapel.
I walked into the row, and Aubrey said, "Hi, this is Caleb." And I said, "Hi, Caleb."
We sit down, and Caleb introduces me to Jenny. I'd already met Aubrey, so he introduces me to Jenny. And so I say, "Hi, Jenny, how are you?"
And then she said, "And this is his friend Brad." And I said, "Oh, hi, Brad."
And I said, "I want to make conversation with you very badly."
But Brad didn't talk to me at all.
And she said, "No, I don't want to talk to you. You're ugly."
Let's make that point known.
I said, "Okay, I'm going to back off then." She won that one.
Our first date was in November 2008.
Jenny was at a volleyball tournament that weekend.
And Brad sent me a text message that said, "Hey, do you want to go on a date with me on Sunday when you get back from the tournament?"
When she got back, I went to go pick her up at her dorm at ACU Gardner.
And took me to Johnny Carino's.
It was really good. We had a great time.
During the dinner, my mom called me and wanted to have a nice long conversation about life. And I said, "Mom, I can't talk right now. I'm on a date." And she said, Oh, I'm sorry. Well, call me back later."
Went to go see, I believe it was Eagle Eye or something like that.
I can't remember what movie at the moment.
We didn't get our first kiss there.
And then he took me home, and it was a good date. So, we got engaged in March 2010, March 12th, 2010.
It was 2 weeks before Jenny's birthday, and it was the last time that she was going to be able to get to see my parents before she headed out.
It was the beginning of spring break, and so the week before, we had been planning on going out to Granbury to Brad's aunt and uncle's house, Becky and Rick.
The whole drive up there is the most nerve-wracking time of my life.
We planned on going out to their house for the weekend to kind of celebrate our birthdays.
I had asked her dad in October of 2009 if I could marry his daughter.
And so he kept telling me it was my birthday weekend. And
I've done all this planning, and I think that she knows, but she doesn't.
So a couple days before we left, my mom called me on the phone, and we were just talking, and I was like, "Mom, I feel like Brad's gonna propose to me this weekend." And she, of course she knew what was going on, was like, "Why would you think that?" And I was like, "I don't know. I guess I'd be able to tell in your voice if he was going to or not, because he'd probably tell you. So I guess he's not going to." Man, was she relieved.
So we get to Granbury, we tell her that we're going to go to dinner at Miyako's, which is a hibachi restaurant.
I came down from getting ready, and Brad and his parents and Becky and Rick were all outside. And they're like, "Hey, do you guys want to take some pictures before we leave?" And, it's not unusual for us to take about 1,000 pictures before we go anywhere.
Because our parents are truly paparazzi.
Our parents are paparazzi. In a good way, of course.
We get through about 1,300 pictures, and we start walking over towards the grandkid tree.
Brad turned to me and said,
"This feels a lot like engagement pictures." And she goes,
"No, it doesn't." And he said,
"Why not?" She goes,
"Because we're not engaged." And we took a couple more pictures, and then he turned around
and opened up my shoulders, and there in the V of the tree lies the ring.
He got down on his knee and said some sweet things that I don't remember because it was so emotional.
And the next 25 minutes were a blur.
And he proposed, and I said yes. And he put that ring on my finger, and we all hugged and took more pictures.
My mom is on the phone with Jenny's mom, who, unbeknownst to Jenny, is in Granbury with us, inside the house, hiding, where they had been for about 8 hours that day.
And then all of a sudden, I hear, "Can we get in on these pictures?" And it was my dad and my mom. They came running out of the house. They had been hiding the entire time we were there.
It was an amazing moment.
And so that was very special to share it with both of our parents.
And after that, we spent about 4 or 5 hours on the phone with all of our friends and all of our family and telling them all the great news, and had some delicious hibachi.
We're all people watching, other people watching.